Flashback.
Zoran Mamdani, as he pushes for government-run grocery stores in New York City. A similar project underway in the Midwest is not doing so well. You can see there on your screen.
I walked in there, I'm pretty sure you walked in there. There's no meat, there's no vegetables, there's no nothing. Is anything can be done?
I used to come here and I used to walk here. And then after a while, it's like, wow, I can't get what I need here.
These government-run grocery stores that he is proposing can actually undercut, grocery stores across the nation. It can undercut pricing. It can cause a real challenge for the supply chain, for farmers.
Later.
Apparently, I guess they're closed.
Pearson said there isn't enough being done to discourage prostitution and drug deals nearby.
Another one down, ladies and gentlemen. Kansas City, Missouri's Sunfresh government-run grocery store is officially closing its doors. Now, I will say I am impressed that even the government decided that they couldn't invest in something indefinitely and just force it to stay open forever. But they already invested millions of dollars, like upwards of $20+ million into this place, and now it's shutting down. This is exactly what Zoran Mamdani wants to do in New York City.
Grocery prices are out of control. The cost of eggs and milk has skyrocketed. Some stores are even using dynamic pricing, jacking up the cost over the course of a day depending on what they can get away with. It doesn't need to be this way. I'm Zoran Mamdani, and as mayor, I will create a network of city-owned grocery stores. It's like a public option for produce. We will redirect city funds from corporate supermarkets to city-owned grocery stores, whose mission is lower prices, not price gouging. These stores will operate without a profit motive or having to pay property taxes or rent, and will pass on those savings to you.
Okay, like one of the biggest cities in all of America, like some might call, I don't know, DC's the official capital, but some might consider New York City to be the capital of the United States. And this is what he's trying to do there. Not that it works, not that it ever works, especially not in America, but this is what he's trying to do anyway. And he's looking to waste millions upon millions of taxpayer dollars on an experiment. And then the next guy, 10 years, 20 years later, is going to do the same thing again and again and again. How many times do we need to experiment with communism, guys, to realize that it does not work? Closest thing it gets to working is having an authoritarian regime at the top and a bunch of peons and peasants at the bottom. But without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this.
I thought I was coming to the store today, but apparently, I guess they're closed.
But it did close. The Sunfresh near 31st and Prospect, in spite of city support, the closing caught shoppers by surprise. I'm John Holt.
I'm Bria Love. We've been following the struggles at this community grocery store for years.
Bria, pregnant. Okay. Look, go ahead, girl.
Now the doors are closed for good. That's despite the city's help to try to keep it open. Fox 4's Jonathan Katz joins us live out there now after talking with shoppers earlier today. John?
Yeah, Bria, so you'll see from those shoppers here in just a sec that obviously they were very upset. Below the sign on the door, there is a big black tarp on top of what obviously says Sunfresh. That tarp was obviously not there yesterday.
I'm sad. I don't understand. We need this store.
I mean, just out of curiosity, I understand that you don't want people to come into the store. But what's the purpose of like putting a tarp over the letters? Like, I don't know, maybe somebody who's worked one of these types of jobs can explain this to me. Is that supposed to just be such an eyesore it's going to discourage people from even approaching the building? Like, I just don't get it.
Alicia Batson shopped here on Monday and was going to come back here for groceries today. As soon as our interview was done, she started to cry. Part of the reason why she was so emotional may be because of what she told us in the first 30 seconds of our conversation.
What are we supposed to do as a community? Where am I going to go now? Where am I going to go get stuff for my kids? I need food.
Community Builders CEO Emmett Pearson sent Fox 4 a statement Tuesday afternoon. He says his entity has been vocal for years about their concerns and fears regarding the increasingly insurmountable challenges of the KC Sunfresh Midtown location. As of August 12th, CBKC is no longer able to serve the residents from this Midtown Sunfresh location. In April, Pearson said there isn't enough being done to discourage prostitution and drug deals nearby. He also said,
there you have it. prostitution and drugs nearby. Guys, who the hell wants to go to this type of store? I just don't get it. Like, why isn't the government doing more stuff about that? If they wanted to stop the closure of this place, why didn't they do something about that to help the place stay open and get more people going to the store? Obviously, if people are buying the product, the store doesn't close, right? Usually. So this means that obviously they were doing a lot and probably losing a lot of product and weren't making any profits, which is why they had to close the store. That's normally how it goes.
He's operated the store at a loss for more than 2 years. Tuesday, a city spokesperson told us the council's approved millions of dollars in funding to support oversight and operations, yet that store struggled to keep food on the shelves. Regardless, workers may be upset with Tuesday's closure. As Fox 4 was here, one showed up not even knowing that the store was closed. A volunteer was seen taking alcohol out of the store and putting it in a car to take it to another store.
I'm about to say, a volunteer? Well, like, what's going on here?
You don't think this store will reopen?
No, I don't think so. I think it will become something else. What becomes, I don't know.
Now, Pearson's entity runs the operations inside while the city owns the building behind us. The closest full-line grocery store to this Sunfresh here near 31st and Prospect is a mile away.
I mean, okay, guys, I get that, you know, maybe some people don't have a car, but I mean, come on, like, they're acting as though, like, they have, like, no option. They just said another grocery store is a mile away. That's not that freaking bad. Like, I get it. Again, I know everybody doesn't have a car, but for crying out loud, the area I live in doesn't even have a grocery store within at least a mile, probably more than a mile, because there's actually a grocery store that closed over here too, but it wasn't because of crime. It was because of money. They were trying to, the owner of, like, they owned like that whole lot, and they wanted to build some apartments so that they could make way more money. So way more money faster than just kind of renting out to, you know, a couple little suites here and there. So yeah, they're about to be filthy rich if they weren't already. But guys, this is effectively what happens when you have government run operations. I'm not saying that, obviously, looking at my personal circumstances, can a grocery store close even if things are going well? Of course it can. But in this case, they're talking about the government owns the building. I mean, this is government ran. This is government funded and supported. Millions of dollars poured in from the government, and it still failed. I mean, that's not only humiliating, it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. This is why people should do something about crime in the community, make sure that the crime stays down, make sure that people actually want to visit these places. And hell, don't even open government run stores to begin with. You got to take care of the community first, and then the business comes automatically. Okay, not the other way around. Don't just throw the business in there and just assume everything's going to be okay. When you're talking about there's drugs and prostitution right up the street. This is one of the stupidest things that I've ever seen. And it sounds like they knew that this was a problem, but they failed to address it. And now you see the outcome. I'd love for somebody to explain to me the benefit behind not cracking down on drugs and prostitution. I mean, is it for the case of, I don't know, does it look bad to like arrest people or something? You know, I know these people are soft on crime, but you know, that's the only thing I can think of. Oh, well, hey, if I arrest these people, they're going to say I'm arresting people. And if it's black people in the community, oh, they're going to say I'm locking up black people. I'm not exactly sure, but whatever the hell it is, sometimes you got to do what you got to do so that you don't ruin the community and have all of these places closed down. Because I guarantee you there's other places in this shopping strip, and if they don't have people funneling into this grocery store now, then those other surrounding businesses are going to start to close as well, one by one. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
It doesn't make sense, because not only will it hurt the people he claims he's trying to help, he's going to drive a lot of these businesses out of business, or he's going to scare people.